Hello and welcome to the ElRay Transportation channel. As this is the first video on the channel, I will use this time to serve as an introduction to myself and the company. I'll be giving my own take on different things as well as answering questions from you guys. Kind of also be using this as a blog of sorts, or vlog I guess if you will. Some of you may agree, some may disagree. Just know that everything that I post is my own personal opinion. With that being said, let's get started. My name is Aaron, or Bulldog if you like. I haven't been driving very long, but knew from the start I wanted to own a trucking company. I went to driving school in Denver January 2017, paid for by a mega carrier. Thankfully, I did not go to one of their schools, but rather an outside school affiliated with them. After graduating the school, I was on the road with a trainer for 4 to 5 weeks. In my personal opinion, I had a better trainer than most at the company. I never once thought he was in it for the money, but rather he wanted to make the drivers good. I had at least one friend who got off his first trainer's truck because his trainer just wanted a team from day one. But after the training, I bit the bullet and I ran relatively cheap for a few months before I was able to get onto a dedicated account. With that account, I was making more miles, therefore making more money. I convinced myself to lease a truck for many different reasons. And I absolutely loved the freedom of running a business and doing the accounting and the other minor things. I did end up failing on that lease because I was not disciplined enough at the time, and I really didn't know anything but the account that I was on. I hadn't learned freight lanes. I hadn't learned my costs, really. I didn't do any research. I just jumped into it kind of blind. But come to find out, I was comparing my checks, or my settlements, and I was basically making as much as a company driver, just had a lot more responsibility and could go just a tad faster. So it was more beneficial for me to give up that lease than to stay losing my ass, if you will. So I eventually left that company and I went to another that it treated its drivers so bad that my starter company was better. So I actually went back to the starter company, and I stayed there until November of 2018, which is basically when I had enough money to buy a truck from a dealership rather than from the company, so I could continue my dream of owning a trucking company while not being tied down to a company. Yes, my truck is financed, not leased. I did not lease it from a dealership. I actually financed it. I put money down, got the rest of it financed. I had been researching companies, and I'm not ashamed to say this, I decided to go with Schneider. No, this is not a recruiting video. I don't care about money. I make enough just driving. So, I'm not going to give my name, I'm not going to give my truck number because I don't care. I don't care about the recruiting. I don't care about any of that. But here, I get to be my own CEO, but it's really a topic for another video that I'm thinking about doing. So that brings me kind of to the present where I'm starting this channel. So about the company itself, ElRay Transportation. The name actually comes from my mother-in-law who passed away in 2018. It's kind of a stylization of her name. Not going to put her name out there or anything, but I took it from her name. She drove for a while. She was also a shipping clerk. After she drove for Consolidated Freight, some of you guys may have heard of them. Unfortunately, they went belly up, and she was working there when they did that, and it kind of screwed her up for a while. My father-in-law, who unfortunately I did not get to meet before he passed, He drove, he worked on the docks, that kind of stuff. But I had made a promise to my mother-in-law in her last few months that I would make her proud. My goal is to do just that by carrying on her name and being able to take care of her daughter, my wife, the way that she deserves to be. So I filed the articles of organization and the EIN in October 2018, and I bought the truck under the business name, just with my personal credit attached, in November. So as of right now, it's end of the year. It's December 30th, I think, of 2018. So we'll see how it goes. A little bit about the truck. My first truck that I purchased outright, or outside, sorry, not outright. It's a 2015 Kenworth T680. It's got 450 horsepower Cummins in it. It's not one of those super trucks for sure, but it does pull well. It gets me where I need to go. It makes me money. I decided to name it Mitzi because as we were going to actually get a cashier's check for this truck, unfortunately our dog jumped out and ran into traffic. But I decided to name my truck kind of after her. If you can tell, this company is just all about influences. And I hope that I'm actually able to influence one or two of you guys along the way. But until we meet, this is Bulldog. Keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and I will see you down the road. Be safe, guys.